of it all, the wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way, a new way of living, a world waking up. We are rising in love. I know that I am worthy, worthy of it all, the wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way, a new way of living, a world waking up. We are rising in love. And now I remember why I am here. Got nothing to lose, all is to gain, and I choose to learn from love instead of pain. I know that I am worthy, worthy of it all, the wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is a new way, a new way of living, a world waking up. We are rising in love. I know that I am worthy, worthy of it all, the wonders and the magic, all I'm dreaming of. And this is the new way, a new way of living, a world waking up. We are rising in love, a world waking up. We are rising in love. I'm back. Well, hello. I have not made a video since almost exactly the same time, August of 2019, and it is now August of 2021. So I'm sure you're well aware that the world is a much different place than it was in August of 2019. And here we are in 2021. It is August 23rd, 2021. When I made my first two videos, this is my third YouTube video. My first two videos were an introduction into the intentions behind my channel and the content that I wanted to create and put out there for the world. And then also my second video being just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to my story and my views on self-love. And I never intended to take such a long break, a 2-year break. I even say at the end of my second video that I was planning to make a video sooner rather than later, but I wasn't sure when, and I guess all in divine timing. So why am I back now? Why have I decided to pick back up creating content? Well, for one, I never really meant to stop, so it's just that I'm like no longer procrastinating and actually doing something that my heart was calling me to do. And August 2021 is when I've finally set the time aside and stuck to it. But not only does it have to do with my own personal procrastination, or should I say conquering of procrastination, but now more than ever, the world needs you to be empowered. And empowered people are people that love themselves. We need people that are going to stand up for what is right. We need people who are going to stand up for freedom. And if you see my eyes gaze, I'm outside, there's wildlife, this giant bird, I think it's some sort of vulture, just flew by and it caught my attention. He's still kind of flying and soaring. We need you to be empowered. I need you to be empowered. The world needs you to be empowered, because we do not have time to not be living in our power, to not be loving ourselves, to not be speaking our truth and living authentically and standing up for freedom and standing up for love and standing up for unity consciousness. It's calling us, it's calling all of us. With so many things to be divided on, how can we unite? And it starts with loving yourself. It really, truly does. Because until you can love yourself, you cannot love another. And that doesn't just mean loving somebody else like your romantic partner. It means loving your neighbor. It means loving the citizens of another country. It means loving people that don't see the way that you see and think the way that you think and believe in the things that you believe in. We have to unite. We have to stand up together. We have to love each other. We have to love each other through this. Because we're going through some stuff. We're going through some stuff. Humanity, Earth, it's wild out here, y'all. If you haven't been practicing self-love yet, you better start. You better start. So, another reason that I've been really feeling the call lately is I have, starting in 2020 with the lockdowns and quarantine, I really had to step away from social media. I needed to take a break from it. I was on it a lot during lockdown and then towards the end of lockdown, before things have even lifted, but then especially once things did lift and I was living my life more outwardly, I just had to set it down. And just in the last couple of weeks to like a month, I've started to spend more time on social media, just checking things out. And not that I haven't been on it all in that time. I have my own business, so I've been on there to post for my business, but I haven't really posted anything on any of my personal accounts in almost a year. Or longer. So when I have gotten on social media more recently, I have seen multiple people, specifically women around my age in their 20s, early 30s, asking, how do I love myself? How does somebody love themselves? Like seriously asking, they'll even say that, like, I am seriously asking this question. And maybe you or somebody you know feels like they have a lack of self-love or maybe no love for themselves at all, no self-compassion, no empowerment, and you're wanting it, you're seeking it, you're desiring it, and you're just not sure how to get there. So I am so happy and proud of myself to say, I love myself. I truly love myself unconditionally. I accept myself for who I am. I accept my flaws, but I also love myself so much that when I become aware of my flaws, the things that I'm able to change, I take action to change them. That's called self-growth. And that comes from a place of self-love. When you love yourself, you recognize, hey, these are the things about me that are just my personality. That's just me. That's who I am. And I'm going to accept those things about me, and I'm going to love those things. And then when there's things, maybe habits or ways of speaking or ways of treating others or ways of treating yourself that it's not really part of who you are, it's just been a part of the way that you've been acting and being, then you love yourself enough to make those necessary changes. So I'm there. I love myself. I really, truly love myself. And that doesn't mean that I think that I'm perfect. It just means that I love and accept myself just as I am, and I am dedicated to myself. I am devoted to myself. And to me, that means I am on a path of continual self-healing and self-growth, and I'm seeking out experiences to expand myself. But enough about me and where I'm at right now. How did I get here? How did I come to this place where I feel completely empowered, like nobody can take my power away. Nobody that I'm in a relationship with, whether that's romantic or friendship, nobody that I work with, whether that's a client or somebody else in a workspace, whether that is the government or any other authority figure, I don't care who it is. I'm not saying that I'm out here just breaking laws for no reason, but I have my power. I've taken my power back, and I'm standing in my power. I'm empowered. So how did I get to be this person who feels totally empowered, who loves themselves unconditionally, and who is living in their authenticity? Well, I've done a lot of things in the last few years. I've done a lot of work. And it's come in the form of yoga and meditation and breath work and prayer and surrendering and body worshiping, like worshiping my own body by taking care of this temple that I'm in. Like, it's a lot of things. And I can't even begin to explain them all in this video. That's why I'm promising you that I'm not gonna wait another 2 years to make my next video. I'm not even gonna wait another 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because now I have to be held accountable to do it. Now I have to follow through and I have to put another video out in 2 weeks or less from August 23rd, 2021. But here is what I will say in this video. It's a process. It's a process. And the problem with people not understanding how to cultivate self-love in their own being and in their own life is that they're trying to start at self-love. You don't get to self-love by starting at self-love. You don't get to point B by starting at point B. You get to point B by starting at point A. So if self-love is point B, what's point A? Well, before you can love yourself, you have to know yourself. I mean, think about it. If you are dating somebody, another person, when you start dating somebody, you might have a lot of emotions and you might feeling a lot of strong things for that person, and you might be filled with all of these rushes of newness, and they might be so cute and all those things, but you don't really love them until you get to know them. If you don't know them, then you're loving the idea of the person. You're loving the appearance of the person. You're not loving the person. So if you want to love yourself, you have to get to know yourself. You have to know thyself before you can love thyself. So how do you get to know yourself? You have to study thyself. Study yourself. Make the time to get to know yourself. What does that mean? It means spending time alone. You have to spend time alone, and that doesn't mean on your phone. That doesn't mean reading a book, although that can give you great insights into yourself, and you can use books as tools and resources to further learn about yourself and to do introspective work post-reading and even while reading. However, I'm talking about sitting by yourself, either alone in the quiet, like meditating, and not doing like a visualization meditation, sitting alone, quietly, observing your thoughts, observing your body, observing your entire experience. That's a great place to start. Literally just sit down somewhere by yourself and start by tapping into your body. Like, sit down, get comfortable, close your eyes, and just be quiet. And start to observe your body. First observe where your body comes in contact with that which is beneath you. Then observe where your body may come in contact with other parts of your body. Then observe where your body comes in contact with your clothes, jewelry, your hair, and the air. And then observe how and where the breath moves in and through your body. Noticing how the breath enters the body, noticing how the breath goes through the body, noticing how the breath exits the body. And with every in-breath and every out-breath, you wash your own loving awareness over your entire being. Meaning that you are allowing yourself to be the loving observer of yourself. When you are the loving observer of yourself, you observe without judgment. So you suspend judgments of good and bad, and you simply observe what is there, what exists, what is present, what comes up. So if you start with the physical body, first notice what sensations you feel in your physical body. Don't label the sensations as good or bad, simply observe them for as they are. You can name the sensation. If something feels tight, you can name it tightness or tight. But suspend your judgment about that sensation. And then observe how it feels to be in your body. How do you feel about being in your body? Observe the thoughts that come into your mind. Observe the feelings that may come up. When you observe yourself, you begin to study yourself. The more you observe yourself and study yourself, the more you'll get to know yourself. The more that you will realize what you're currently experiencing, what your physical body is like, what the landscape of the mind is like, what your emotional well-being is like, and how you respond to your emotions. When an emotion comes up, do you see it, accept it, honor it, express it, release it? Or do you tense up, tighten, suppress, push it down? Or deny? What do you do when you have emotions? What do you do when your mind starts thinking thoughts that aren't enjoyable to think? And do you know why your mind thinks thoughts that are not enjoyable to think? Where do your thoughts come from? Why do you think the thoughts that you think? Why do you believe the things about yourself that you believe? When you can start to understand these things about yourself, then you can start to heal these things. But first comes the observing. First comes the witnessing of oneself. Until we see what's there, how can we heal it? When you begin to go within, stripping back the layers of yourself, uncovering all that's there, then you start your healing journey. Then you start your path to self-love. Then you start your path to freedom and empowerment. But first, you have to observe. You have to study yourself. There are many tools and resources out there. There are books. There are physical locations you can go to, like yoga studios or some other type of institute where they talk about philosophy or things of that nature. And there's also so many things on the internet. I follow a ton of spiritual teachers and leaders and philosophical teachers and leaders right here on YouTube. So continue to search, continue to look. Maybe the things that I offer up that have worked for me or that work for people that I know, they may not work for you. That doesn't mean that anything's wrong with you. It just means that that's not the practice that is resonating with you and that works for you. So you have to find what works for you. But the best place to begin is within. And if that scares you, well, right there, you've already started. Now why? Why does it scare you? Why does it scare you to be alone? Or why do you think it's challenging to sit alone and meditate and to observe yourself? So you have to know yourself in order to love yourself. And in order to know yourself, you have to observe and study yourself. And in order to do that, you have to make time, and you have to make the decision and the choice to become aware and to be mindful. And if a lot of this is just like really not landing with you, this terminology, this vocabulary, or just the way that I'm saying it, that's okay. Again, continue to seek. Something will land. And maybe it'll make more sense when I start to offer up more practices. Another great practice is journaling. If you aren't journaling, if you're struggling with self-love and you're not journaling, that is one of the other best places to start. Every day, write about how you feel, what you think. This thing's blowing in the wind. And work through your thoughts and emotions through writing. The shortcut to self-love is to realize that you are a divine being who is already and always has been worthy of love. But if you can't realize that like this, that's when the spiritual practices come in. You don't actually have to do anything to love yourself. All that love already exists within your own heart. You just have to allow yourself to receive it. But if you feel blocked, do the work. Remove the blocks. If you feel stuck, unstuck yourself. Do the work. Get yourself out of that rut. You can do it. I believe in you, baby. So you really don't have to do anything to love yourself. You don't have to do anything to be free. Just like you don't have to try to breathe. But these limited beliefs that give us the perception that we're not worthy of love, or that we don't know how to love ourselves, well, if those are present, do the work. remove them, resolve them, heal yourself. And that's why my channel is called Reclaiming Worthiness, because I know that at the core of a lack of self-love is a lack of self-worth. It's a belief of feeling like you're unworthy of love, unworthy of your own love, unworthy of the love from others, because really it's all the same. Love is all the same. So reclaim your worthiness. You are worthy. You are worthy of life. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of all the love already residing within your own divine heart. But if you don't believe me, do the work until you do. Find the work that works for you. Find the spiritual practices that open your mind and open your heart. Let yourself be cracked wide open so that all the love can just flow in and around and through you. And you will be liberated. So what causes limited beliefs? Because that's not really your fault either, you know. We do have to take responsibility for ourselves and for our lives and for our happiness, but most of our limited beliefs we picked up from childhood, either from our own parents and caregivers and family, or just society, or anywhere. When we were young and we were sponges and we were soaking things up. And then, man, anyone who's gone through puberty and went to a public school, or I shouldn't say just a public school, but a school with other children, people hurt people. I'm sure you've heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. But we live in a society that, in a culture that is very emotionally and mentally dysfunctional. We have a lot of unhealed people out there in the world, and so they're causing more pain and suffering for others, which then perpetuates this cycle. And so we have to realize that, we have to acknowledge that anything that caused our wounds, anything that has caused our trauma, while it may not have been our fault, it is now our responsibility to heal it. Heal your wounds, heal your inner wounds, heal your trauma, and then you will be able to let go of those limited beliefs that blind you from seeing that you are a divine being who is worthy of love. And then you'll love yourself. I didn't really know what all I was going to say when I got on here today. A few weeks ago, when I saw some of those women posting on social media asking about how to love themselves, I remembered the videos that I made 2 years ago, and I went back and I re-watched them for the first time in a very long time. And I re-watched them, and I was trying to think about what I wanted to say next, how I wanted to approach it, where I wanted to start, where I wanted to pick up. And I'm not really one to sit down and write down everything that I want to say. I'd rather just sit in front of the camera and just speak from my heart, and that's what I did today. And I'm going to continue to make content. So if you are seriously seeking and wanting like concrete, actionable steps that you can take so that you can create a deeper connection with yourself and so that you can begin to feel empowered in your life, then I will be making content with those practices, with those actionable steps. So stay tuned. If you want to love your body, because Because, you know, when we say self-love, it has to do with the self, but the self is not the body. But loving the body, having body love is a really big part of self-love. A lot of times when people are not loving themselves, they are critiquing their outward appearance just as much, if not more, as they're critiquing their inner self. So same with the outer self. If you want to love the outer self, get to know the outer self. Look at yourself in the mirror. Stand naked in front of the mirror and stare at your body. Look at your body. Give yourself massages with really nice massage oil. Or when I say really nice massage oil, olive oil, that's what I use. Coconut oil. But you can get essential oils and other things like that and add into it. Give yourself a massage. And as you do that, say to yourself, thank you, body. Say to your body, thank you, body. Thank you, body, for your ability to heal. Thank you, body, for your ability to feel everything. Thank you, body, for your ability to move, to dance, to play. Thank you, body, for your ability to explore. Massage your own feet and thank your feet. Squeeze your hands and say thank you to your hands. My hands just pop as I do that. There are so many things and practices that you can do to cultivate love for your inner self and for your outer self. I have just used a few examples today. We haven't even really began to got into it. But I had to start back somewhere, right? Meditate. Meditate. Make the time to meditate and watch your life change. And yes, use the apps and use the YouTube videos. There's things on like every platform now for meditation. There's visualization meditations. There's meditations here on YouTube. I'll do some guided meditations and put them on here. There's meditations on Spotify. There's meditations on Instagram. There's meditations on Facebook. Go to a yoga studio and meditate. Go to a spiritual center and meditate. But my favorite, sit outside and meditate. Get your butt out in nature. You are of the earth. You want to love yourself? Start loving on Mama Earth. Reconnect. If you feel disconnected from yourself, it's probably because you're disconnected from the natural world, that which you are a part of, that which you are of. Well, this video is just to say that I'm back. And I'm here and I'm empowered and I want to share it with y'all. Because you deserve to live a life that you feel empowered in. You deserve to live a life where you are filled with happiness and joy. You deserve to live a life where you truly, unconditionally love yourself. You deserve that. You are worthy of that. And that is why I am back. And I am back because the world is crazy and we need every single person to be empowered. Because when you are empowered, you don't want to take anybody else's power away because you know that you make all the power that you need within yourself. You know that you are powerful just as you are, and then you don't take other people's power away. When you love yourself, you are loving towards other people. That's why we need you to love yourself. That's why we need you empowered. The time is now. The place is here. The person is you. I think that's all I got for today. When I come back, we are going to come back with actionable steps in an organized fashion. And I will also be bringing you practices. that's where we're at with it. And of course, we'll end with another song, because song is medicine, baby. All right. You know, this one has been blowing my hair crazy today during this video, but I actually am not going to complain because it has been hot here lately. And actually I was sitting in the shade and now the sun's shining on me, but that's okay because the breeze is keeping me cool enough. And I haven't been out in the sun as much lately because it's been so hot, so I'll just enjoy the evening sun. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light, all light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.